Morning, guys. I hope you're all okay. I hope you're doing good. Just a quick one. As we have addictions like alcohol addiction, drug addictions, and all of that, you actually don't realize how much of addiction it is when somebody is highly addicted to their phones and their social platforms until you find yourself in that situation. Let's say you're in a relationship with somebody and all they do and everything about them premised around online, their device, day in, day out. Maybe then you begin to realize that you are not in a relationship, rather you are in a situationship. I call it situationship because it's a really serious situation. And you wouldn't understand until you find yourself in that position. What exactly do you do online? Let me guess. Entertainment, right? There is a word called portmanteau. Two words put together to form one. Entertainment. It enters and then attains. It enters, then attains. Entertainment. You get so addicted to your device, to what you do online. So much so that the first thing you do in the morning before anything else around you is reach out to your phone. Spend a bit of time browsing. You do the same thing throughout the day. You do the same thing at night. You're going to the toilet with your phone. You're going to the bathroom with your phone. Literally to the kitchen. You're walking on the street with your phone. You're completely glued such that you are zoomed out. You are not aware of what is happening around you. A lot of people got hit by vehicles just because of this distraction. Some fell in the ditch. Some hit or walked into something just because of this level of distraction. That is a serious situation. Do you know how many relationships broke just because the married people who thought they were married and then realized along the line that one was actually married to his or her phone? Do you realize that a lot of people are in a relationship where, in actual sense, they're not in relationship with their partner? What takes precedence is their device and what they do online. Where a man's heart is, there lies his treasure. What feeds you is what you feed. And if you're feeding that phone, if you're feeding your online presence, if you're feeding what you do online a lot more than your partner, what does that say? It's so obvious where your priority is, or what your priorities are. It's so obvious where your treasure is. Because what one gives time, that is where their priority lies. And you wonder why relationships are breaking. Homes are breaking. We no longer talk as we normally do. Our parents, our grandparents had a very solid relationship just because there was no device. They spent time communicating. Communication is everything. But these days, partners communicate more to their device than they do to their partner. Even whilst you're there talking, they're still flipping and feeding the phone, browsing, reacting. If it's not TikTok, it is Instagram. If it's not Instagram, it's Snapchat. If it's not Snapchat, it's Facebook. If it's not Facebook, it's a leg book. If it's not leg book, it's head book. It's one thing or the other non-stop. The device that was meant to enhance communication, relationship, do us good, is now an instrument that changes the trajectory of everything. It's not working against. what you shouldn't work against. If you're in that situation, if you're in a relationship where your partner spends more time, day in, day out, it's not one off, consistently on their device and on their social platforms, would you call that a relationship, or would you call that a situationship? And if you're in that shoe, what would you do? Would you break up? Would you make up? Would you excuse them? Would you free them? I mean, what would be your advice to somebody who is in that situation? Because this is prevalent. It happens all over the world. These are the things that I observe and has to be addressed. Smartphones are good. Browsing online for content that will enhance your well-being, your livelihood, your very existence and your essence, great. But what works against you? What enters and then attains you? I think I'm against such. Because at the end of the day, you don't have a life. When you browse one content on TikTok, for example, or Instagram, you see that phone that person displays, all of a sudden, you want it. You want that hair, you want that shoe, you want that bag, and you cannot afford it. Let's say you're in a relationship. You now start putting pressure on your partner because you crave for that. What has entered you has now attained you, and that is now dictating your behavior. Most people, their day in, day out, their life, everything they do, what they know about life, is an extraction from social platform. Social platform has given them a blueprint what their life should be like, and has not taken that consciousness, that cognitive ability for you to know that entertainment is different, reality is different. When they have entered and then attained you, you are completely disconnected from reality. You not live in assumption. You not live in a facade. You live in a mirage. You live a life that is completely out of touch. You're not living your reality. I think many people will relate to this. I think this resonates with a lot of people. It's one thing for you to think that you're in a relationship with your partner or married to your partner, and it's another thing for you to realize that in actual sense they're not married or in a relationship to you, rather they are married or in a relationship to their device. So instead of you assuming that you are in a relationship, I think you are in a situationship. And if that is the case, what would you do? What would you advise somebody in that situation to do? Especially when you've spoken to this individual involved over and over and over again. Would you call it a quit? You do make up? Would you break up? What would you do? Let's keep that conversation going. Drop a comment, react to it. Please tag anyone that you might tag. Who knows? Let's just keep that conversation going. I want to see your reaction. I would like you to gauge and then weigh in and then advise. What would you do if you're in that situation? I look forward to hearing from you all. And until I come your way again, it's your boy Yagaze. I wish you light, I wish you success, and then may the universe bless you all. I love you all. Take care. Bye now for now. Ta-da.